Look, we cannot get anything done without this happening.
No, and he was on top of the 2 purple passion Barbies for a long time.
Hey,
I had to slide him out from underneath him.
why do you need to be in here? You're not helping. You're making everything dirty.
Andy's in my way.
Washing. So basically, we are currently retaking photos for my Flickr.
You're lucky you're cute.
This is the background that I made last year that we're switching all the guide photos to. And this is the second container of 90s Barbies that we're working on. So you can see Colleen has like some duplicates over there. And then these are all the single dolls. And she puts them, she checks the inventory. And then puts them over here for me to photograph. And yeah, all their faces are getting reshot too. These are all the people that are done. That's where they go.
And then Songbird Barbie is also done because she's a recent addition.
Yeah.
I'm just checking them on the inventory as I go to make sure they're all on there, so I left her out.
And I reprinted their inventory. And that's one of my other goals this month, is to reprint all of my old inventories, even if I didn't add any dolls, just because I'll know by the new font when they were last printed and updated.
This is what your blonde looks like in the brunette's outfit.
Oh, yeah. And since we're splitting up our variations of Barbies, so I used to have like my African American dolls, or my brunette Barbies, or my Hispanic Barbies, my blonde Barbies, like from the same line all pictured together. But we decided to split them up because sometimes their head mold info is different. And that
sometimes the outfit is different.
And sometimes people don't realize that they're like a variation of a doll. They think they're a whole different one. So maybe having them pictured separately is helpful. But they go next to each other in the album. But if we have outfits that they can borrow for photos, that's what we're doing, just to keep the flow better. Because we get to see plenty of our fashion packs and things in use. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to break for lunch. I need to give my knee a break. It's my right knee now because it was picking up all of the weight from my left knee when that was screwed up. So, the fun times. So it's after dinner and we are about to work on cutting out this huge pile of ads that we get in the mail for different stores, because I like to use the cutouts for backgrounds and other things, like we use the Pepsi ones for Dracula. And usually I try to keep up with this, but I've been so busy that I've let it accumulate, so we're going to do that while we watch Rush Hour, which was one of Dad's favorite movies, and we have the fan on because it's hot. And you can see Roxy and Yaya eating the dinner. And you can't really see Clyde, but he's on his ice pack. And Colleen's sitting on the couch while we do this. And the cats are sitting on top of the paper, which is not ideal.
It's a family affair.
Are you on your ice pack? And as we're cutting out, we're making piles of like items, so one for fruits and veggies, one for flowers, one for baked goods, things like that, and then they all go into Ziplocs that are broken down by category, because when you're trying to make something, it's easier, like say you want a picture of cookies, it's easier to just dig through baked goods rather than have to dig through all of the cutouts. So you can't really see it, but I am putting things in piles, and so was Colleen. So as we've been going through the containers and re-photographing dolls for our guide on Flickr, obviously we take care of anyone who needs maintenance. If we see someone who has a stain maybe we forgot to remove before, their clothes maybe need to be washed, or in this case, these dolls here, I want to use my crimping iron on them to kind of refresh their crimps. I'm not going to re-crimp all of the dolls that are supposed to have crimped hair necessarily, but the ones I feel like it would benefit them in some way or it would look really cool. And then this is a new doll. This is a Steffi Love that I need to flat iron. So these are the girls after their crimps. I would have shown the process of me crimping, but my camera really needed to charge. So this is Luann. Fabulous. I feel like I'm getting better at it. The ends are looking better, and also these Beach Blast dolls were in really rough shape, even Luann, who was my childhood one that I got at the flea market as a kid, and I would say their hair looks almost new. So, and then I only did the ponytail on Allie, Cool Times Barbie, because that's how it was in the factory, and I just thought it would be a little easier to upkeep that way. And these two just had their outfits clean. And then we have Louisa, who is my sadly discolored Beach Blast Barbie. And then her twinnie, who we got in the Ken suitcase lot as well, which that's my second video ever on my channel, behind the scenes of beautifying flea market rescues. These two make cameos.
You're hurting Sweetheart Barbie's feelings.
I know. Oh, hi. And Sweetheart Barbie needed her hair boil washed, and I washed her outfit because someone left a tumbleweed of cat hair on her.
We realized that city style outfit, which we want for our new pretty city outfit that we have, which we want for our new city pretty Barbie, it's actually on Cali Girl So Excellent Earrings Christy. So I have to dig out Christy, and then while I'm down here, I'm gonna get our grape scented fairy doll, who we creatively named Grape, because while we were just digging through our 2000s Barbie clothes, we realized that we have an outfit that would look really cute on her instead of whatever she's wearing, so I'm gonna dig that out too.
So she's putting the dolls on the container lid, which is placed on the floor next to this container, in case you're wondering, because even though the carpets in the basement are clean, we always like to keep the dolls like extra safe and extra clean.
So the dolls in this container haven't had their Flickr photos retaken yet on the new backdrop. It's something we're gonna like be doing hopefully really soon while I'm still on summer vacation, because I kind of want to get it done.
She's undressing right before you turned on the camera. Shh, bye Barbie. It's okay. I should...
Barbie, it's not that kind of movie.
So, we've been working on more 90s photos, and two of my first Beyond Pink Barbies had really loose knees, like, you know, the kind of legs where like you shake them and they jiggle and they can barely stand up, and you can see that they're substantially tighter. Like, they obviously, like, this one's a little bit, you know, loosey right now.
But she was like horrendous before.
So basically I read, like, someone asked me a long time ago if there was a way to fix this, and usually if someone asks for like help on something, I'll do a little bit of research to see if there's anything out there, because usually when dolls have really loose limbs, it's kind of the last thing I'm worried about. So I had found on like Integrity Toys, I think, their YouTube channel, you could use super glue or clear nail polish, and I think the acetone component or like some chemical in them is supposed to make the ABS plastic swell. And I don't know if that's what it's really doing, or if it's just like adding a coating so it thickens it up. But as you can see, it really works.
Oh wow, she's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna like add a little bit more here. I'm gonna leave them out to dry. So basically, here, you can get a close up. You might want to refocus the camera. So I mean, if this works, I'm gonna try it on more dolls, like, so I can kind of see what it works on, what it doesn't work on. But basically, you like want to get into the joints with like the nail polish with the super glue. I wanted to use the clear nail polish because I don't know, I would probably glue my doll's leg shut. But yeah, you do that, and then you like work it back and forth, and at first it's going to seem like it's not doing anything, but you also don't want it to like leave it like this and then it dries, because it'll be like if you paint a door and then you don't open it. You want to like...
That sounds like something Dad would have done.
Yeah, or like, you know, when you're painting and you have like the outlet covers and people paint over them and then you can't get them off. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, or what Dad did to your windows.
But as you do it, you'll feel it start to dry and tighten up, and you kind of work it in. And then, like, obviously if there's any like excess glob after, you can just remove it with a little nail polish remover. So as the title of this episode of Dolly Diaries would indicate, these are my belated birthday gifts from my friend Beth. So if you guys have been watching me since last year, you know that Colleen and Beth surprised me with the Dracula and Draculaura Monster Family kitchen set, which I know you guys have seen Dracula a lot in videos. This year, we ended up getting together almost a week after my birthday, because you know how scheduling things when you're adults is. So Beth got me 2 Barbies.
Wait, we're adults?
Barely.
Oh, okay.
Now, I kind of had a feeling that this chicken farmer Barbie was going to be one of them, because when I was borrowing Colleen's phone for something, saw her pop up on Google, and I was like...
Well, Beth asked me if there was like... She says, oh, is there like a particular doll I could get Shelly for her birthday? Because, I don't really know. And I said, Well, she's wanted chicken farmer Barbie for a long time, and she's like really easy to find. And I tried to send her a picture on my phone, but like I don't know how to send a link, so I ended up having to like use the Chromebook and take a picture. The thing is though, I forgot that at some point I had the link open on my phone. So when Shelly asked, I lied and said I was, quote, looking at Chicken Farmer Barbie in the bathroom while I was at work.
You're a bad liar. But I wanted this doll forever since the first time I saw her, because actually I work on a farm for like a job. A lot of people seem to think we're from the city, but we're not. We live in a really rural area, and I actually work on a farm, and what I do every day is take care of the chickens, so, you know, like feed them and make sure they're clean and pick up their eggs and clean their eggs and get them ready for sale and that kind of thing. So and we had pet chickens as kids, so I just love chickens. They're awesome animals. And when I saw this Barbie, I thought it was really cool that they gave her such a unique career. So yeah, I think it's really cool that they have more of a diversity in careers rather than like the traditional ones that they used to put out when we were kids. And I like that she's a redhead. She kind of reminds me of Pioneer Woman Barbie. And then this one I was really surprised by it, because I mean, I remember maybe seeing her at the store, but I kind of would pass her over. So she's from the Dreamhouse Adventures movie. And I realized that she's probably not Barbie, so I did a little research, because, you know, the packaging is always so generic these days, and she is quote-unquote Travel Daisy. So that's really cool. She's my second curvy Barbie ever. We only have Chambray Chic, who we got in the Frockless Freebies lot. But this is really exciting. I love her pink hair and all of her cool accessories, so I'm going to open them up and do their hair and stuff, and I'll show you all their things once they're out of the package. Okay, so these are my birthday Barbies out of the box. Colleen is using them for the thumbnail of this video. So this is Miss Daisy. Her hair looks a lot nicer. She had super disgusting ends before. They were really dry and gnarly, but she looks great.
And she comes with this adorable little tote and headphones.
This suitcase, which has stuff in it. Toothbrush, toothpaste, her kitty, cell phone, and I love her shoes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and her outfit's really nice. What I like about the curvy dolls is they're very like heavy. I mean, not to be mean, but like they're made of, oh, those are her sunglasses. They're made of like a really nice hollow plastic, so they feel, you know, when you hold them, it feels like a real Barbie, not
yeah, it's really cool.
a lightweight. And then we have my chicken farmer, who we named Iris, and this is her little chicken coop thing.
The only things that aren't hers on the coop are this and this. Just ignore Kelly, who flopped over.
She's got the basket, and she comes with 3 big chickens and 2 baby chicks. It's really adorable. I love them. I also did her hair. And yeah, it's such a cute setup. I have so much work to edit. Colleen and I decided that our main goal before the end of the summer was to finish all of our like guide photos for Flickr, which, if you don't know for some reason, I feel like I mention Flickr all the time. It's like these photos. You can see that I have like the dolls up against this background, facial close-up, and then if I have their stuff. So this is like the top of my photo stream. If you're wondering, all my stuff is organized. You can see, like, I have some fun albums that don't really have, like, identification purposes. But then you can see I have, like, all of my Barbies by decade, like, Teresa, Friends. We've been doing a lot of work in here. Anyways, I still have all of these photos to edit. This is my Miscellaneous Friend album. Oh my god, it's so exhausting. I'm not even done scrolling through that. Then I have my Monster High faces. We did their bodies last summer, so these are all just the facial retakes. And then I have my High School Musical faces. The only one we have yet to take are my lib dolls, and that album is super small. And then this is the stuff I just uploaded. Some of these are replacements from dolls that I cleaned. Those are all set. So, just so much work. And then we've been slowly working also on some of these like fancier scenic doll photos. So some of these are thumbnails and some of these are just things for Flickr. And you can see this is like my main list of everything that I'm working on for Flickr. So these are like, you can see I have a bunch of the photos checked off now. So much work. That was the goal for the summer. Whether or not I get them edited before the end of the month isn't a big deal because it's not like I need Colleen to help me edit. I edit them on my own.
Are you enjoying your feast? Look at that. Are you enjoying it? Oh, he's so happy. Listen to those happy little munching sounds. And those happy little munching sounds. Roni, are you happy? I'm so sweet. Hey, Oliver. Oliver knew I had the camera out. Jababas. So sweet.
So as we've been shooting photos for dolls, as I mentioned earlier, we've been making sure that they get other things done. And then last episode, I showed dolls that were getting stain removal treatment. And I actually had 2 Monster High dolls, my Dead Tired Abby and Swim Class Jackie. They had yellow staining on parts of their body. So Abby had yellow all down her legs and on her forearms. And at first it was like, is that because they used to have them on display? But they were only on display for about a year. And they moved around a lot. They weren't really in direct sunlight because they were up higher over here, which gets less sun than down there, and they were over there, which doesn't really get sunlight. So that seemed pretty unlikely. And on top of that, these two stood. I used to have them on stands, so like especially the legs, they were pretty covered by the dolls sitting in the front. But the stain removal treatment got rid of all of it, which I'm really glad about because, you know, I love them and I felt sad. So Draculaura wasn't as bad. She had staining right here and just on her thighs, but it all came out in pretty much one day. And then Nutcracker Barbie, you can't see right now because she's wearing tights, but the backs of her legs and then her arms were yellowing. So I've been playing around with the stain removal treatment for yellowing and like oranging on dolls, and it seems to be making a really big difference. More photos. I feel like we always show these in Dolly Diaries, but we actually only show a fragment of the photos that we take. But I loved the strawberry shortcake one, so this is for my story post on Flickr, which is our album cover and also like the Why I Love written form basically for Flickr that we have here on YouTube. And I never made one for strawberry shortcake, and we've been planning this a while, and we have this really cute candy themed backdrop.
I had them up already today because I was doing the collection thumbnail retake. So I figured since I already had them up, you know, I lugged up that big container and all kinds of other stuff, so I thought I might as well get the photo done. But a lot of work went into this because some things had to be puttied to stay, and obviously I had to finagle all these dolls up, and I literally took out pretty much all their pieces.
My favorite thing is Huck next to Escargot.
I knew you loved Escargot.
Yes, but
my favorite thing is either the gazebo, these guys, or those guys.
Those are my
I like
dolls.
the little, yeah, I know. I put Blossom and Ginger Snap in front.
My raincoat, which we got with the Star Dolls in that case earlier in the summer, making its cameo.
And I love that grill.
It's really cool. And of course we have we have my purple pie man named Bo, and that's Madden, his girlfriend, aka Sour Grapes.
And that's our old pie man.
Yeah, he's gone all like gray. Someone sent this to me in email. Mimi's Little Universe. Thank you so much again. I love it. This is like, you guys are really talented, and I just can't believe how well some people can like cartoon, because I can't cartoon to save my life. Look, it's little Express It Yaz and Molly, and when I showed this to Colleen, she couldn't believe like the accurateness of everything, even that jacket I always wear. It's so beautiful and so cute. I want to get it a little frame. I'll have to put it somewhere in this room, but I love it, and thank you so much again. I really appreciate it when people take the time to make me and Colleen these things, and sometimes people send us like little photo setups of their own dolls, and that's super cute too, so thank you. And I had some dolls up here for more crimping. I didn't show myself crimping because I didn't have much battery power again on the camera, but I just did her top layer. This was my most recent Stroll and Fun Barbie, who I've actually had a long time. And then my Fantasy Barbie. I did all of her hair because why not? And it smells really good. I made more backdrops. It seems like this happened back to back from my last episode of Dolly Diaries, but you have to keep in mind that sometimes the vlogs span a long time, and those books were purchased at the mid-June, and these were purchased like mid-late August, and they were on sale. I went there on my birthday. We popped in because we had to get some stuff for the cats nearby at a different store. None of the scrapbook paper was on sale, but I fell in love with this. It was called like Playground Fun or something like that, pad. And I checked on it later on the week online, and they said there was a sale. So we went, and they were each $7. So I got this Playground Fun one. It's really pretty because it's got like a cartoony look, and I know I have a lot of backdrops, but they all have different vibes, and I have a lot of outdoorsy floral ones, as I mentioned the last time, whereas this is very cartoony, and I put like some dollar store stickers over here. And a few of these have already been used, and a few of them already have plans for when they'll be used. This is from like a travel themed pad. I really liked this because it's not Parisian. I have like a Paris themed one, but it's got like pictures of the world and different travel things, which we already did use one of these. And this is the other side of it, which is really cute. I actually have some stickers I put here, and these ones came with my 2011 India Barbie. It's different.
Oh, I didn't know those came with India Barbie.
The little like postcards, yeah.
Oh.
The like stamps, those came with Barbie. This is the other Playground Bunch one. Whatever. Playground Bunch is a Kelly line. It's Playground Fun, I don't know, something like that. It's really cute. Love the unicorns. They're different than the unicorn pad I showed last time though. This one, I didn't put anything on these ends before I papered it. But I didn't really feel like it needed anything. Very cute. This is the other travel one. I just like all the different suitcases and things. This is my favorite paper from this pad. It's like
with the map?
Yeah.
Mine too.
It's really pretty. I love the globes and like the writing over here. I think this will look really cute for some line photos on Flickr, because I take pictures of my complete doll lines for Flickr. But we're going to be revamping them once we have more of our other projects out of the way. So these backgrounds are going to be used for that too. So they'll work for some of my like travel themed brats and Barbies, like Travel and Sisters. They would look great with these. They would look really good. I mean, look how cute that is. Paper airplanes. And then this last pad was like a mermaid one. And it's super bright looking, so I'm hoping it's very light colored. I hope it photographs pretty well, but Colleen talked me into buying it. I wanted it, I just was afraid it would be a little bit too light, but this will look great with my fantasy hair mermaid Moxie girls when I reshoot their line photo. I love it. Some of the paper kind of bubbled a little because I was running out of glue. And this is the last one. It's really pretty. I love, this is like glittery. I love these papers. And then this is the other side. This is also shimmery like the scales. So, yeah. And I did have to buy those crappy boxes again at Walmart that aren't sized just the same as my original, so they fold in different places. But, I mean, it works out just as fine. I ended up, what I've been doing is I'll just glue like all my paper down and then I'll trim it, because that way I'm like not leaving too much excess. You just have to be careful not to snag the paper, because it, you know, rather than have to measure it and make pencil marks, it's just easier that way. I have one more backdrop that I made recently that I'll show, because these were all recycled materials I had laying around, so I just kind of combined them to make a background. There's a little bit of glare. But yeah, it's a Barbie themed background. Like, this is from my Jewel Secrets Barbie box. This is from Daisy's box. This side was all posters that I had from Bratz dolls. Like, those are my 2018 posters. All my Pretty and Punk ones. I'm only missing Megan from this line. And I have her outfits, so chances are I'll probably find her secondhand, so probably won't get said poster. That's why I made this, but this will be great. I really like how the box art photographs. Pickings have been kind of slim at the flea market the past few weeks. It might seem like we've had more luck because some of my hauls and stuff have been delayed. But this past Sunday on the 25th, we found this Bijou. She's my first secondhand Moxie Teens. My other two that I have, I got at the store on clearance, and they were $2 and $3 brand new. She was $3 used. She's just missing her wig and like her purse, but she's fabulous. This is first edition Bijou. And I also got a Twist and Turn Waist Francie, another blonde. I already have two of them, but she's in really, really nice shape, and she was also $3 from a different seller. But she's outside for stain removal treatment, so you'll have to stay tuned for the next episode of Dolly Diaries to see her. So I'm going to end it here because I feel like I have more than enough footage. So until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.